Tom Watson for taking time out of his busy schedule just to play today.
No, thank you all for being a part of this.
You know, it's really neat for those of you that are going to be able to stick around for the program tonight. 1973, right out in front of our golf shop, Tom met Bruce Edwards. And I had to
tell you exactly where it was.
Was it down this way?
See that tall tree down there above the pine trees? There were a series of tall trees where the pine trees are right now. Does anybody remember those? Remember that? The caddies were down in that corner down there. Right down in that corner. And they're just sitting there waiting for pros like me to drive up and come out with our bag over our shoulders. They came up and they asked, can I caddy for you this week? That's the way it used to work. The caddies used to, they never had consistent bags. They just come from tournament to tournament and hope they got a bag. Guess how much we paid these guys back then? $15 a day and 3%. 3%, that's right. 3%. And those caddies, they'd go and they'd go to the best westerns. They'd find the cheapest hotel, and they would live 4 or 5 to the room in those hotels. Cover that. That's what Bruce, my caddy, does. He said, "This is life." He's a gypsy, but he loved caddying. Anyway, that's kind of how we got started.
No, that's why we're here.
Right in that corner where those pine trees are, they were sitting under there. I drove in there. It was about 100 degrees, and I can remember this driving range. I can remember this driving range right here, because we didn't sit. I think I was about right there, and I spent 3 hours that day. I think it was a Monday. I got in here. 3 hours right there. It was 100 degrees. And the practice balls were, I think, $2 a bucket, maybe $1. We paid for our own practice balls, or we took our practice balls with us, and they'd go out in the fairways, but not here. We had practice balls, and I spent 3 hours there, and all he did was bring me practice balls with my money, and bring me cups of water. They didn't have bottled water back then. It was out one of the coolers. Bring me little V cups of water. I spent 3 hours right there with Bruce, right there. That's how we started.
So the tour back then, you guys, was not the all-exempt tour like now. It was it was the top 60 was everything.
And I wasn't exempt
on the PGA Tour. So Tom wasn't exempt. So did you have to? So you had probably made the cut. If you had made the cut in the prior tournament the week before, you were exempt into the tournament the next week. So that's kind of how you learned how to play on the PGA Tour back then.
I think I got into this event because the previous year I finished in the top 25. That was another way to get into it.
Okay.
Finished in the top 25. The next year you were in the event.
So it's a little different now. You're seeing the guys finish in the top 125, make $700,000, $900,000, and have all of their selves logoed up and everything. It was a whole different ball of wax, and everybody drove from tournament to tournament.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So. But anyway, we're delighted to have Tom here. We're delighted to have you guys here. And so I'm just going to stay off to the side a little bit and watch this Hall of Famer go through a little warm-up, and we'll get a couple questions, and then we'll get to go play ourselves. But thank you so much for coming out. Mike Null, I wanted to thank you and Ryan Roy and all the Ryans, the staff over here. We got 6 inches of rain in the middle part of last week, Thursday, I think, Monday of this week. And so the golf course is going to be great. And
Norwood Hills, it ought to drain off the hills here.
We hope so. We hope so. Anyway, so guys, Tom Watson.